I did, man. I went back there. Of course, I was rooting for Anderson. It didn't go his way, but man, it was a good fight. Um, Jake's he's good. He's young. Obviously, I'm 10 years younger, but man, I would love that opportunity. So.
You're right over here. Speaking of your fight, now that you've had a couple hours to digest it, how do you grade your performance in there against Le'Veon?
Man, I couldn't really do what I wanted to do because he was so good at his job. I mean, he was awkward with it. He kept jabbing to the body. Of course, from his previous fight, I was seeing if he's trying to set something up. And just being in there, I trained that style because we practiced it for so long. And I was like, man, just feeling it was really weird. So I had to slow down, adjust, and I had to timing. Everything was just timing. That's why I waited so long. I was like, okay, what is he doing wrong here? And I had to start catching him off with some unorthodox moves. And I basically just adjusted. But, man, that kid is tough. I give him so much props to stepping in here, man. He was in the back. And, of course, that's the part of the sport that you guys don't see that I hope you would someday put a report on. It sucks when you're back there alone and everything kind of caves in. And I'm sure those doubt, those negative affirmations going to come in his head. But, it's all about the journey. And I told him just keep your head up, and it's a part of the sport.
And you had mentioned that maybe what he was doing right caught you off guard. You weren't prepared for that. At what point, and was it the first round that, like halfway through, that you had to maybe throw out the game plan and adjust on the fly?
Yeah, the first round was, wasn't going my way and all, but I was trying to stay poised more than anything because in that realm, it's new environment, it's a younger crowd, and, people were there, they're saying stuff. I don't know the judges. I just had to stay cool, calm, and collected, and I think I adjusted maybe third round or second round, and I just started to pick it up, but it was very difficult for me. A lot of people aren't giving this kid credit. He's pretty good. I didn't realize he was that good.
So what's up, Uriah? Raul from Low Kick MMA. I just got one quick one for you. You've been very open about going through a depression-like state and talking about your mental health. I just want to know, what is the biggest lesson you learned about yourself during that time?
Good question. To surround myself with the right people, and that energy is a real thing. I had to feed off the right energy because everyone was saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And no one was saying, are you okay? No one was saying the right stuff. Are you okay? Do you need something? So I was like, what's next? And it's like, bro, I'm here. I'm trying to figure this shit out. So it was just surrounding myself with the right people. And, of course, I stopped talking to almost most of my friends. And, some got it. Not everyone got it. But it was just paying more attention to me. And even that is scary because then you fall deep in that hole. But I had to handpick these people that I wanted to hang out with, and luckily they played a part to getting me back. And what I realized with stuff like this, it's ongoing. It's not like, okay, I'm out of it. There's moments where it's lurking, like, hey, man, remember me? I'm like, fuck, you're still here? So I know a lot of people are dealing with it, and the main thing is consistency. Training helps, of course, and just being outside, just doing stuff to not stay in that dark place.
Hey, Uriah. Coach Shafe and yourself spoke to me earlier this week about how much the game has changed and how people take on different personas and attempt to advance their career. What was the significance of that Be Real T-shirt you wore down to the ring?
Well, that was influenced by Mike Tyson. I don't know if y'all saw that walkout. I mean, that scared me watching it. I didn't play the song because I was like, I don't want to play that song. I don't want to be too scary. But it was just to send a message to be real, man. There's a lot of fake people out there. There's fake people in this room right now. But I love the fact that I can be me. And here's the thing about being yourself. Regardless, you're going to be hated or liked. If you're a piece of shit, be a piece of shit. If you're a good guy, be a good guy. If you're an asshole, kudos. But be your fucking self. So I stay motto to that. And I influence people to be themselves because we all know the world's changing. You can't say shit no more, right? So if I can be me, I can go to bed feeling good about me.
And following the fight, you spoke about wanting to continue this new pursuit of boxing. You made it clear that you want this Jake Paul fight next. If you were to go another direction and that fight weren't to be made, do you want to stay in this boxing realm, maybe fight a former UFC fighter or a different professional boxer?
Honestly, man, I'm just having fun. I mean, again, when I was on vacation, I got this call from my coach. I was like, all right. But I was still in my weird little world of trying to figure out what to do. And plus, I was partially depressed as well. So the training definitely got me out of it. But I'm just having fun. This was a complete different type of setting. The training, of course, wasn't grueling on the body. MMA is hella worse. The getting up and grabbing motherfuckers. This was just pure skill, and technicality, with just the hands, the movement, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity strikes, I'll definitely do it. Like I said, I love to compete. I'm still in my prime. I still got some more miles on me, and if something comes my way, I'm doing it. But for the most part, I'm just having fun. And yeah, if there's a potential chance to kick that dude's ass, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
Hey, Uriah. Ben Davis from MMA Island.
What's
In
up?
mixed martial arts, you were known for the kicks. How did you feel your hands were tonight?
There's a weird thing with that. With the moment I put boxing gloves on, I forget about my legs. My legs don't exist. So it was an easy transition. And I can say as a mixed martial artist, it's like going to grappling class only. You just adjust to it, and going to kickboxing class only. You just adjust to it. And that's what I love about mixed martial arts. You get to pick and take away your weapons and stuff like that. So the adjustment is not a problem at all. Of course, there are moments I'm like, man, I could kick this motherfucker. Like, the open is right there. But, it's good to maintain that discipline. And I saw a lot of holes in my game. I felt it. And it's just getting comfortable in that environment. So I'm excited to go back and train those holes.
Now, after watching Jake Paul go the distance with Anderson Silva, how do you feel a matchup between yourself and him would go? Do you think that you'd find the finish?
Man, this is the part where I got to be careful what I say, huh? I definitely think I can take him. I mean, he has an awkward style. I was watching him, and his style will lure you in, and it's almost like it's hard to hit him, the way he stands a certain way and he throws these awkward punches, and almost the fights, from all his fights, he almost does the same thing. But I definitely think I could give him a challenge, because I'll come at him. He'll hit me, but I'll come at him. I don't back up with boxing gloves on. I'll take a couple shots, but I'll come at you. And Le'Veon was probably one of the hardest hitting dudes with those gloves I ever felt. So I don't think Jake hits that hard. Yeah, bro, you don't. Yeah, I said it.
Uriah, I know that you have tremendous respect for Anderson Silva, and he's a beloved figure in combat sports. Watching Jake Paul beat him, does that spark a fire in you?
Fuck
Do you
yeah, it
wanna
did,
fight him
man.
even more?
You should have heard me in the background. I was like, revenge is coming.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it sucked. It even sucked when I had to fight him. I mean, Anderson has done so much for the sport. He inspired a lot of people, Some people in this room. He's an icon. He's a legend. When people say I'm a legend, I'm like, that dude is a legend. And I have so much respect for him. It hurt to watch, but, I got to separate those emotions, because at the end of the day, it's a skill set. And Jake Paul did what he had to do to win. But, yeah, I definitely felt it for Anderson. But to me, he's still one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, for being at his age, doing what he does and moving the way he does. And I remember when I fought him, I was throwing punches, and he would move just enough. And I'm like, I know what the fuck that means. I got to be careful. So I take nothing away from Anderson. This doesn't even mean anything for what this guy solidified in this game. He's still the best.
And you have the mic in front of you. I don't know if you want to send a specific message to Jake Paul.
You want me to, isn't he here? I can say it to his face. Isn't that better?
Well, he's not here in this room specifically.
Well, when he gets here, y'all tell him that I say, what's up, bro? You know what that means.
What sort of impact do you feel like Jake's victory has had on the sport of boxing?
What?
What sort of impact do you feel like Jake's victory has on the sport of boxing? Because obviously he beat a legend of the game. So
He survived. Let's be. I mean, listen. There's a new crowd, right? I'm sure there's more kids out there watching than adults. So the kids love him. What are they? Gen Z? Is that what they call them? Yeah, they love him. Millennials too. They love him. It's good for the sport. It's a good payday. It's entertaining. Listen, the sport is changing. Let's be real here. It's changing. It's entertaining now. It's entertainment. It's not about integrity and honor and all that stuff anymore. It's entertainment. Can you sell? Can you put people in the seats? Can you become a character that we can relate to? Can you say some dumb or weird shit, or wear some weird shit, or look weird or whatever to put people in the seat? That's what it comes down to. I'm aware of this. I'm not going to fall victim to that. But if it gravitates those people to come in and pay y'all money, then fuck it. Do it. I'm here to fuck shit up, get paid, and get the fuck out.
Uriah, did you see anything from Jake's skill set that impressed you at all?
His tattoos. No, I'm kidding. From his, you said his skill set?
Yeah, from what did you see from his boxing today? Was there anything that impressed you from him?
listen, I'm not here to bash people, man. This sport is hard to do, you know. And even going back to Le'Veon Bell, he took a risk coming in here. I know everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna die against Uriah." I'm like, and some people wrote or said, "Or I should have finished him around." I'm like, this dude is pretty good. He's actually pretty good. So I think Jake is getting better. You know, it's all about consistency. I've watched his first fight to now, and he's actually getting better. But it's all about adjustment, and that's why I like mixed martial arts so much, because you can adjust. But boxing, you can only adjust so much. But honestly, I'm gonna say I think he's gotten better. But I can see so many holes, and it's just making the right adjustment to, you know, take him out.
We have time for one last question. Anybody?
Be careful with your question.
It's not for you. Safe. Coach
That's
Safe
fucked up.
Sode.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
How was this week? How was this experience for you? It's definitely different than these weeks at the Apex recently. Can you just reflect on the experience overall?
I mean, I did this with Darren Williams when he fought Frank Gore. Similar setup, same people, Showtime. So I kind of was ready for it. But Le'Veon is tough. I don't think people really realize how hard this is. And Uriah hits hard as shit. I mean, he hits hard. And Le'Veon ate those shots, no problem. So it was a little bit more work than we anticipated. I thought he was going to crumble under the pressure, but he did not. So afterwards, we went to the back, and I got on a knee, actually started icing his eye, and I just told him, I said, dude, you are so tough. Like, I don't think you understand. Nobody takes those risks on their second fight in boxing. Go back and look at Canelo Alvarez. Go back and look at Floyd Mayweather. No one fights someone who's seasoned for their second fight. And Uriah is seasoned. Even though he's an MMA fighter, he was a kickboxer before. He has a lot of experience. So I really think the story is, you know, Le'Veon did a really great job, and we have a lot of respect for him. And that's it. You know, I think Jake is getting better too, and we'll see what happens. But the promotion's been good to us. They've taken care of us, and we had a good time. This is really more about having fun for us. And boxing is very hard. I'm not trying to have that argument, but it's just a little bit different, and there's a lot kind of less involved. So for us, this is just kind of fun, and we had fun, and we got the job done, and I'm at the Apex next week. So, and it's nothing but love for the UFC. The UFC's been fantastic too. So we like to jump from both.
And last thing real quick, you spoke about fun, you mentioned fun. Uriah said that he would love to have Le'Veon come down to Fortis in Dallas and train. Would that be something you think would be fun?
Absolutely. I mean, when you're a coach, what you look for in an athlete is you look for toughness. You look for someone that won't quit. Everybody, you know, can learn, but if they have no heart and they quit when they get under pressure, then where is there to go? And Le'Veon showed so much heart.
Word.
And so, he's so tough. And I think that, you know, people just kind of really need to understand that. And again, people are going to talk, but I really hope that he does come and train with us.
Welcome.
And I think that what he said. I think Le'Veon could do well. He's an elite athlete, and he showed that. I mean, he never broke in there. And honestly, I thought he was probably going to when he got cracked. So nothing but respect for him and for his team. And
I was trying to put him away.
he was.
I really was.
He was. So yeah, we would love to have him there. Absolutely.
All right, thanks.